my name is Eva. I make videos all about sustainable, low-waste living, veganism and minimalism, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about 15 frugal food hacks that you can implement into your life to save money on your shopping. Hack number one is to write a list and meal plan. So what I like to do is I tend to just write a list. I sit down with my boyfriend and we just discuss what we want in our fridge or in our cupboards for the next week, 10 days, and we also decide what kind of foods we want to eat. We usually eat the same food sort of over and over again. We're very repetitive eaters. It makes it really easy for us to shop because we always buy the same things, and it just saves us money because we don't buy things that we don't use because we know what we're gonna eat and we use it. The next thing is we always buy produce at the market in our village, and we'll get 2 tote bags full of produce for anywhere from £10 to £15 is what I usually spend on all of our fruit and veg for 2 people for a week to 10 days. The next thing is kind of odd, but it's a shop in the evening. So I love going to the supermarket in the evening because A, the parking is free, and B, they have all of their stuff on sale. Like the other day, I got 3 loaves of bread for 99p. And they were like fresh ones as well. Next one is don't shop hungry. I've done this. You always buy a snack, you're walking around looking at food and you're just like, oh my God, I need to eat. Don't shop hungry. Always have your dinner and then go shopping in the evening. The next one is to avoid aisles you don't need to go down. So for us, that is obviously like the meat and dairy aisle and the fish aisle. So avoiding aisles is really, really great. If you don't need anything from your list in that aisle, don't go down it. It will tempt you more to buy things you don't need, and it will cost you a lot more money, especially processed foods, because they are really expensive. So yeah, just avoid aisles you do not need to go down. The next one is to buy in bulk. So I always look at the label in the supermarket on how much the cost is per 100 grams or per kilogram, and that's how I decide which one I'm going to buy. But if you buy in bulk, so say you're in the pasta aisle and they have the 250 grams of pasta, 500 grams of pasta, kilo of pasta, 5 kilos of pasta, the cost per 100 grams goes down the bigger the bag. So always try and buy the biggest bag because it will save you money in the long run, and it also means you don't need to go to the supermarket as often and rebuy that product, which also means there is less packaging because you got more product per amount of packaging when you buy a bigger bag of pasta rather than 4 smaller bags of pasta, or I don't know, however many. The next thing is to shop sales. So we do this all the time with our vegan spread. That is sort of probably the most processed thing that we buy. And we always go to the end of the butter aisle and they'll have everything that's on sale. And we really like, what is it called? Vitalite. Now there are 2 different types of Vitalite butter vegan spread that are in the supermarkets, and that is the olive one and the sunflower one. And whatever one's on sale, whatever one's cheapest, we buy that. We're not picky. It doesn't bother us. I understand if you're a bit more picky and you're happy to invest. Just try and buy things that are on sale that you know that you'll use instead of buying the more expensive version. So the next one is to not buy drinks. So I know a lot of people, I guess I'm quite different. I grew up in a family where we had orange juice. Sometimes we don't buy any soft drinks when we go shopping, and if we ever do, we buy squash, because you buy 1 bottle of squash and it makes however many glasses of squash of juice, whereas you buy 1 carton of juice and that's just like gone. So it saves on packaging. They cost about the same for a carton of juice as for a carton of squash, so it saves you money in that department. And also it's quite nice when I go out, because I don't drink alcohol. When I go to the pub with my friends and I have a Coca-Cola, it's like, Coca-Cola, because I don't drink it at home. And then that leads us on to the next one, which is snacks. And as I said previously, we don't really buy any snacks. We don't walk down the snack aisle, no crisps, anything like that. I just make my own. So every week I bake a cake because I already have the ingredients. They're on my regular, bulk buy list that I buy every 6 months online. I buy bulk everything. So I've already got the ingredients and I know what's gone into it, and it's much better for you and it's much better for your purse as well. So next one is to make your own milk. So as you know, I make my own oat milk. I love making my own oat milk. I've been doing this for about 4 years now. I absolutely love it, like 3 or 4 years. It's saved us so much money. I cannot even express to you. I get so upset whenever my boyfriend goes out and buys a carton of oat milk and I'm just like, that cost you £1.50. So I could make that in 5 minutes and it would cost me a cup of oats and 3 cups of water. Like, the next one is to make your own stock from your food scraps. So a lot of people buy the little stock cubes in the supermarket or the gravy granules. You can make all of this with food scraps. I save my food scraps, I put them in the fridge, and then when that's full, probably about once a week, once every 2 weeks, maybe once every 10 days, something like that, I then put them in my Instant Pot, or I'll boil them on the hob for an hour, 2 hours, and then just strain it. And then if I know that I'm going to use it for a recipe, then I keep it in the jar in my fridge. If not, I freeze it in an ice cube tray. And that leads us on to the next one, and that is to make your own ice cubes. I've never understood why people buy ice. Like, you can literally just make it at home. So it's been really hot here in the UK, and what I've been doing is I fill the ice cube tray up with water, let it freeze, and then I have another container that I pop the ice cubes into, and I fill it up again. And even if I don't use all that ice, I literally just keep it until everything's full. As soon as the ice cube tray is empty, I fill it back up again. And so I've always got ice on hand as and when I need it and want it. And the next thing also to freezing is to freeze your leftovers. So I like to make meals in bulk because I like to eat whole foods. And what I do is I portion out, I have those little takeaway plastic tubs that we got, oh my gosh, like a year ago from a takeaway. And what I do is I do half rice, half chili, half curry, half couscous, half tagine, anything. I freeze my leftover foods into like a ready meal and then I eat it. Literally, when you make food for yourself, just when you put it on your plate, put some in a pot and then let it cool down, put it in the freezer. You have a free ready meal, essentially, kind of. The next one is to eat plant-based. So I know a lot of people think that being vegan is really expensive, and it can be. I'm not gonna lie about that, it can be. Plant-based milks tend to be more expensive. That's why you never buy them in the fridge section of the supermarket. Go to the long life milk section. They'll be 50p cheaper, honestly. And vegan cheeses and vegan meats and vegan this and vegan that are all really expensive. I tend to buy own brand burgers if I do buy any fake meat. I love Plant Pioneers, they sell them in Sainsbury's. And I usually just buy whatever's on sale in the frozen section if I do buy any. I just tend to make everything myself because I find it easier and it does save us a ton of money. And the final thing is to use reusables, especially if you're like me and you shop at Sainsbury's. They don't have any plastic bags in the produce section anymore. So if you don't bring your own bags, you have to buy one of their bags, which costs 50p a time. So say if you buy, I don't know, 3 or 4 types of produce which need a bag, and you didn't bring your own bag, that is like £1.50 to £2 worth of bags that you've had to buy because you forgot to bring your own. Reusable bags as well, always bring extra. You'll think, oh, I only need 2, bring 3. Never always bring extra, otherwise you'll be like me half the time. He's like shoving stuff in her pocket, in her handbag, all sorts of things. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below any other kind of frugal hacks you have for grocery shopping, I am English, for like food shopping as we call it. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!